To date, many players have published scary reports about Minecraft, however. Mojang, the creator of Minecraft, has not commented on this. This issue has caused a lot of rumors and these cases have remained vague. Today, I'm here to talk about a horrible event written in Minecraft forums. So if you want to understand what that player is facing, watch this video to the end. Well, according to the statistics I got, most of you have encountered things like hearing footsteps that are not for anyone. But some people have been able to accidentally see a series of unknown creatures in the game. On June 7, 2017, a professional Minecraft player released a report that caused great fear among other players. This incident caused a lot of rumors in that period and even made some people send message to the support of Mojang company. Although there has never been trace of this player since that day, there is still fear among others. I will try to tell you the text below exactly like what was written. Hello, I hope this message reaches one of your company employee so that you can create a sense of security for the rest of the players. It took place on a burning day in the summer. As usual, I woke up and started eating breakfast and the rest of the family was just talking to each other. I think it was half an hour later that I got tired of eating and headed to the park in front of our house. The sky looked cloudy despite the season we were in, and that bothered me a little. Nevertheless, I still like it more than sitting indoors. While reaching the park, many thoughts passed through my mind, and this cycle was repeated over and over again. The reason for my many thoughts was related of the type of work my family did. My parents used to work long hours at the time because of their job conditions, and that was why I was always alone. Of course, the anonymity of our place of residence also had a great impact on this issue. About an hour after sitting the park, I re-entered the house with all the discomfort I had. Changing my clothes, I turned on my computer as usual and entered my incoming email. At the time, I had sent a message about the game to 4 of my best Minecraft friends and asked them to come to my personal server. But apparently 3 of them did not answer at all and my only friend. The crime that received the email was in Egypt. Seeing this situation, I can say that I felt bad and had to enter the game alone. This rarely happened to me, but at the time I had no other way to entertain myself. Come out my email menu, I clicked the game icon and after going through the loading page as always, I entered the settings section. As far as I can remember, I named the world Survive World and put set the number 2323. I also set the game itself to surreal experience a very challenging adventure. Until the last moment, I did not think at all about activating cheats, but for a reason I do not remember at all, I changed my mind and turned on series of them. All this took me about 1 minute, but it did not matter much to me and I just wanted to get into it sooner. When the world loaded, I was in the middle of the spawn forest, and the blocks around me began to load. The first thing that caught my eye in the game was a small pond and lots of grass in front of us. But these cases did not help me at all. At that time, it was not possible to see further place due to the low rendering of the design and the place where I was. Because of this, I made good use to my time and quickly started cutting down the trees around me. After a short time, the inventory of my wood reached 41, and I think at that time this number was enough to make the necessary equipment. After that, I quickly set up my own crafting table next to the lake next to me, using wooden tools I needed. After that, like any other player, I created a place to stay safe from the game's mobs, and I went to a place near me to kill some cows. The weather was still clear until I finished my work. That's why I was able to get a lot of stones with my pickaxe and even rage coal. About 5 minutes later, I stopped digging and hurried home. One of the strange events of the game took place at exactly this time. Apparently, a tree had been planted right in front of the entrance to my house for no apparent reason. And it was not possible for this to have happened naturally, because I did not see any trees there before I left. Despite this, I linked the issue to game bugs and started cutting down trees. But that was only the beginning of a terrible event. After this incident, when I entered the house, I just remembered the big mistake I had made. I had not killed any sheep during the day, and as a result I could not make the bed and sleep. I finally decided to do something usual instead of sitting and waiting for the night to spend. That's why I gradually dig under my house to access more resources. 30 minutes later, I walked back to my house with 36 coals and 13 iron ores to build what I wanted to make a furnace, thereby upgrading my equipment a bit. As soon as I got up, I did all this, but until the irons melted, I decided to tidy up a bit around where I was and took around. At this point, as soon as the door opened, I was confronted with something I can never forget. Apparently, a tree similar to the one that existed before was created in front of the doors of my house. Seeing this situation, I took with me the best tools I had at the time to face anything that refused to do so. When I got close to that tree, I could hardly see a red-eyed creature behind it. At the same time, taking the next steps, the creature quickly moved away from the tree and went to the forest. But because of his speed, I could not reach him and was left alone in the middle of the forest. The strange thing here was that none of the game's mobs existed, and in general all the creatures except cows had disappeared. Seeing the incident, I walked towards my house in fear and arrived there about 2 minutes later. Until then, due to my stress, I did not notice that the tree had disappeared in front of the doors. But as time went on, I was able to realize this. I can be said that for a short time I was still in shock from what had happened and did nothing. But finally, after this time, I turned off my computer and went to bed. At that time, when I was still resting, I thought a lot, but despite the fear, I could not even get close to my computer. After a day and a half of this, I did not explain this to any of my family members, and I decided to enter the game alone again. I will not mention the reason why I made the stupid decision at all, but I can boldly state that this was one of the biggest mistakes of my whole life. Well guys, I will finish the first part of the series here, but if you like this video, I will support the next part soon. Thanks for watching.